Hello and welcome to this video on Power BI. In this video, let us take a look at how we can import data from Azure Databricks File System. For the purpose of this video, I have already set up a Azure Databricks cluster and a notebook associated with it. So this is my notebook. I'm having a simple list and I have three columns in it. I'm converting it into a data frame and then doing some transformations to it. And then what I'm doing is I'm writing it to the Azure Databricks File System. So once this query save as table is run, we can notice the same. The table will be available in the catalog section. So if I go to the catalog section, I'll be able to see all the databases that are available, all the schemas that are available. So I'm going to go into this my databricks 1254, and inside this default schema I'm going to see a table called student. So if you come here, you will see that I'm storing the data in a schema, in the default schema with the name of student. So now this table is available in Azure Databricks File System. How do I read this table into Power BI? So for this, what we are going to use is we are going to use the Azure Databricks connector that is present inside the Azure section. So we have this Databricks connector. I'm just going to type in. So Azure Databricks. So that's the connector that we are going to use. I'll click on connect. So once I click on connect, it is going to ask me for the server host name and HTTP, and it is also going to ask me for catalog and database details, which are kind of optional. And it is also going to give me a way to write SQL query and import the data just like how we do in any other SQL servers. And there is also a way you can either import the data or use a direct query connection. So how do we get the host name and HTTP path? So I'm going to the Databricks. So here there is an option called compute. So if you come to this compute, it is going to show the cluster that is running in the system. So I'll click on my cluster, and this my cluster is going to open a section here. If I come into the advanced options, you will see an option called JDBC/ODBC. I'm going to use this JDBC connection for the purpose of connecting to Azure Databricks. So I'm copying that server name and pasting it here. Going back again here, this is the HTTP path that I should use. I'll copy this and put it here. So this catalog and database are optional. So I'm just going to leave it blank and let me click on OK. So when I click on OK, it's going to take to the next screen where it is going to authenticate for connecting to Azure Databricks. So since I've already done my authentication, it has directly taken me to the file system view. So here I'll be seeing my schema, which is my Databricks. I'll be seeing the database, and default is the schema that I'm going to use. And inside that default schema, I'm going to see the table student. So this I can either load or transform as per my wish. I'm clicking on load. So once I click on load, this data is going to be loaded into Power BI, and it will start appearing in the data section of the Power View. After this is available here, you can directly go ahead and start building a report on top of this, just like how we will do with any other data sets. So as you see, it is saying that it is loading the data from so and so server and server host name and HTTP path. So once this is loaded, the table is going to be visible here. I can then go ahead and build a report using this. So that's how we connect to Azure Databricks data connector using Power BI.